Hey everybody, happy, blessed, safe Memorial Day. It's today Monday, today is Happy Monday, and just remembering our soldiers and our veterans. It's not just a day of having a barbecue. I've always said that. Nothing too much is happening. I put my hair up today, and I did it like this because this is literally the bangs. So I used to do this years ago. Sometimes when you just don't feel like doing anything else with the hair, I decided to just put it up, and it just gets it out of my eyes. And I was using the headbands, and they seem to come in a lot handy right now. I bought enough of them from Sunshine Boutique, so nothing much is really happening. Today also marks my 24th wedding anniversary. Hold for applause. So my husband and myself, we're probably going to be going out to dinner tonight. So I'll have to, a little after 2 o'clock, I'll have to hop into the shower and just, throw some clothes on. It's just going to be a nice little night. He worked very hard. He works very hard every day. And he works hard all week. And, today's a holiday, even though he's working. You hear kids out there, the pool is open. People are actually enjoying themselves with the pool, and they're splashing, and they're sitting in the sun, and it looks really cool and everything. But like I said, I don't like to go without my hubby, so, unless he says, you could go. He has said that in the past, but I don't know, I just don't feel right. So I stay home. Just did some things around the house and whatnot. Who likes, I'm going to talk about music. Who likes Rick Springfield? Rick Springfield, Jesse's girl, Rick Springfield. I am a longtime fan. Now, the word fan, it kind of gets to me because sometimes the word fan seems to overpower somebody to where they are an actual friggin' nut, okay? I deal with a lot of message boards, and I was on there this morning, and these women are just like, I don't know. Everybody likes their certain thing. Okay, you all treat it in a certain way. I understand. Me, from the music aspect, where's my floor sticky? I mopped it yesterday. Oh, I have my flip-flops on. The music aspect alone is, I go for the music. Now, his first album, which really isn't his first album if you think about it. Everybody just knows it as, because Jesse's girl, because he was on General Hospital, the soap opera. I was sick home with a stomach virus when I was a kid. I was watching the Grammys, and I wasn't there, but I was home watching the Grammys the night that he actually won the Grammy Award for Jesse's Girl. And yes. Anyhow, that was 40 years ago. I am just sitting here, I'm going like, sometimes it makes you think. And the fact that album is going to be 40 years old this year. And he's coming out with, which is what I wanted. But the only thing is I wanted it in a different way. He is coming out with a reissue of the first album, Working Class Dog. Again, it's not his first album. Let's just get that out of the way. He actually made 3 albums before that one. So that's how much of a fan I am. I actually went from that album 40 years ago, backtracking to most of his other music back then. Anyhow, he's redoing the album. It's a remaster, but the whole album itself is going to be live in its entirety. The only thing is I wanted it live from an arena, like a concert arena or a concert, but basically what he's doing is he did it live from his home. I guess it was being done during the pandemic issue. And that's all nice, but I wanted it live, but it's okay. It's a studio live. But he's going to do the whole thing in its entirety. So that's pretty interesting. So, of course, I pre-ordered that already on Amazon. So I think June 17th is the release on that for anybody who is a Rick Springfield fan. I am, when I like a band and I follow a band, I get hardcore. Not the word fan. I don't know. Fan is called, I guess it's a longer word for fanatic. This is what I came up with. I don't know. But, he came out with the first album was called Beginnings. That was the first album. He was in a band before that called Zoot, Z-O-O-T. For many maybe not know. I don't know. Yeah. And that's how far back I go. I backtrack. Little story about this, and I'll share this with you. And I hope I don't cry. My very first, it was 82, 81. 81, 82, 81, 81, because it's 2021, so it's 2022, it's 40. Okay, I don't know how the hell he figured that out, but anyways, I think it was 81. Couldn't have been 82. Or maybe it was 82. I was still in school then. Yeah. Whatever the case, 81 or 82. That's it. That's my final answer. I wanted one of these cassette players with headphones. I've never had one before. The Sony Walkman had come out maybe a year or two, maybe 3 years prior to that. I wanted one because I seen my other friends have them, and everybody comes to school and they have their little headphones on. My mother says, well, if you get one, you're not walking out the door with it. It's for the house. Okay, fine. We went to a store here in New York City called Crazy Eddie. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Crazy Eddie. I have bought a lot of things from Crazy Eddie. I mean, I should have had a share in Crazy Eddie until they went bankrupt. Maybe it's better off I didn't get a share in the company. I saved up some money, and I think I saved like $50. And my mom said, well, when you hit a certain amount, let me know, and I take you to the store, and we'll pick out something for you. And she did. She took me to Crazy Eddie, and I saved up my money. It was after school, so she met me after school, and we went right uptown to Crazy Eddie. And I will never forget this. I picked out, and I still remember the name, Besser, B-E-S-S-E-R. Besser MX3 stereo cassette player with headphones. There was no radio at that point. My many previous Walkmans after that always had a radio. But, I had many cassette players. So I picked that one out. The lady is taking it, she's getting it out of the storage, told the guy to go and pick up that thing, and he's getting it ready, and she's writing out the receipt. Yes, back then they written out receipts. They handwritten receipts. They didn't do none of this printing crap. So she was writing out the receipt. And she said, you're going to take that over to the register when it's time, and then you're going to pay. Okay, fine. Behind the lady and the wall, behind the counter, there's walls full of cassettes. And my mother says, do you have anything to play with this? I says, oh my God, I don't have anything. So the lady says, well, you would like to pick something out. Unless she's giving it to me for free. But my mother goes, oh yeah, you need one of those things. God bless my mother. You need one of those things, don't you? I said, yeah. So I'm looking back, and I'm looking back at the wall, and who do I see? Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog. That's the one. And Mom, I want that one. And she says, okay. I think it was like $8.99 for the cassette, I cannot believe that people are now going back to cassettes. I cringe because I hate cassettes. I always did. I hated when they warped. Hated when I used to sit outside with my front stoop with my boombox, my radio. I just hated when the tape used to get raveled up in the freaking machine, and then when the tape got raveled up, and I'd actually pull the tape out, and I managed it wasn't ripped. Then you get the freaking pencil, and then you start rewinding it back into the case. Oh God, it was annoying. But anyhow, those were the days. Never to go back to those again. I don't care. History is repeating itself. I don't care. So anyway, getting back to the story. I got the cassette, and I got home, and I got batteries. My mother said, you all set now? I said, yeah, I'm all set. So my mommy treated me to that cassette. And just to think, I listened to that until I couldn't listen to it no more. Literally, because the cassette kind of died out on me. So then I wound up with the record. the vinyl. Years later, the CD came out, so we upgraded. And just to think, like my memories, just to think that album is now 40 years old. You know, it's crazy. It really makes you think. I know it makes me think. I don't know, I've just been going back on my memories lately. Just with a lot of things. I mean, I could just bounce from one thing to another, but, you know, people who are no longer here, places that are no longer here. Like I said, Crazy Eddie is no longer here. And then cassettes. But, yeah, 40 years. 40 years. I mean, it's just, you hear it in your head and then you go to see it. Now you're living it. It's crazy. Just blows my mind, you know. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to hear. Now I go on the message board and you have all these, oh God, whacked out women. Oh my God, it's just things to them, you know. It's just this biggest thing nobody else can compare, and they're it and you're not it, and you're crap and they're the star, you know. This just things like that. Everybody, I don't know, I get a sense of everybody thinks that they're better than everybody else. This is why I have to stay away from message boards. Can't do it. I like to read the things, but I don't want to interact with them. You say, again, I'm going to just repeat it. You say something's red, they're going to swear it's blue, and you're the one that's wrong. So I don't deal with that. I just don't. Let's swing over now to, okay, the Depp and Heard case. Somebody was asking me what are my views on it, like if I need, you know, if I would like to speak on it. And thank you so much to that subscriber that did that. Yeah, we're waiting for the verdicts. You know, today's Monday. Today's, you know, I think they're in deliberations. I mean, even today's a holiday. Today's Memorial Day. I don't know how that goes. So is it a bank holiday? Is it? I just don't understand. Anyway, deliberations. I'm giving it until Wednesday for them to really assess. Now, when the judge read all the instructions on how to go about this and all the instructions on what they have to all agree on, it was a hell of a lot of pages. I mean, it was insane. And God bless that judge. When they gave her that standing ovation in court, they clapped for her, both lawyers, both teams. That judge deserved it. I mean, she put up with a lot. It can't be easy just to sit there all day just hearing everybody's crap, you know? It became like a bunch of kids bickering after a while. It was good to see. Not that I'm out to, ooh, I gotta see. Yeah, I did become that way near the end because I really didn't want to miss nothing. And my husband was making fun of me because I had my cell phone in the car and I'm literally watching as we're driving. We went to breakfast last Tuesday. I'm in the breakfast. I set the phone up on the table. I'm eating breakfast and I have the court case. I said, oh, it's 9 o'clock. I gotta wait, the trial's starting. My husband said, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I said, no, I gotta see this. So I set the phone up on the table. Okay, but that was the deal. Okay, here we go. My intake on this. She really did not have good, solid evidence. It's just not so. The fact that, let's get rid of this. There's $7 million. Much of that $7 million still hasn't been spoken of. She still has not said where the rest of the $7 million is. You were supposed to donate that whole $7 million. She was even on a TV show that they played that she said she donated the $7 million and that she did not want anything. Now, in her sick, pea-brain, warped, twisted mind, what does she think that she believes? She's got a whole other movie going on in her head, while reality is circling her. But that's not right. That's no. That they're all, everybody around me is all wrong. I am the one that is right. I am telling you. Now, you committed perjury on that stand at least twice. Okay, lost to the $7 million. Nobody knows where it is. All right. Let's go to the abuse charges. And this is sad, because there's one part of that really bothered me. It still bothers me. Actually, two parts of it, but the one part really bothers me. Excuse me if my stomach is growling. I didn't eat yet, and I have to start getting ready. The fact that she called the cops twice, never filed a report, was asked to file a report. She refused to file a report. Didn't notice any bruises on her. She wasn't in the right light anyway. I mean, let's get like, okay, well, it wasn't standing and it was very dark. It doesn't matter. If you have an issue, you're going to be seen. You're going to want to be seen. You're going to stand with cops. He did this to me. He did this to me. He did this to me. Yes, I want to file a report. None of that was ever done. That's 2. 7 million in that. Okay. Twice you called the cops in the same day. Twice the cops had asked you the same questions. You gave the same answers. Okay. The fact of the abuse. And that really bothers me. The cutting of the finger. That's totally bothered. One guy says that it can't happen. The other doctor that treated him, okay, yeah, but the thing is that the nail is still intact. And you know, we got into details. The doctor that she had to come up and speak never saw her husband at all. Never saw. He only looked. What did he look at? A few X-rays, and made his determination from there. How the hell can you even say that? Oh, it's not. It's impossible. Me personally, it's difficult. Nothing's impossible. That's 3. You got witnesses that you coming. Most of them are, now this always bothered me, is TV. They're on video. A lot of the testimonies were actually done 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016. Why the hell are we still going back? You ain't got nothing else to go on but past complaints, past issue. This man is suing you because of the fact that you said something. Everybody reads between the lines, even though you did not mention this man's name. It was so. Now, she went on the stand, and I forget how she said it. Something, his lawyers are great, by the way. He really had a good team for him. I'd say so. Hers is a little bit discombobulated because she's saying a bunch of lies. So this, I feel sorry for them because that's all the shit that they had to go on. Okay, whatever. Anyway, she said something about the video going to TMZ. TMZ is a paparazzi-based, real cheesy, real underlining, real slinky, slimy news. Okay? But yes, we do look at it occasionally. The video of Mr. Depp in the kitchen, in his own kitchen, mind you, in his own kitchen. And that I'm going to get to also, because I could do a whole spiel on this. This is a man that is within his own 4 walls of his home. This is a man that is a private man. This is a man that does not allow the public in so much. It's very hard for people like that. You got to give it up to them. No wonder why they have an attitude when you approach them in the street, or when you approach them because you want an autograph and you want to tell them how much you love them. They don't want to hear you. I don't blame them in a way for doing that. There has to be some sort of a distance. Okay, you like me, that's good. Keep it moving. Okay, little autograph. Go away now. I don't blame them. Same thing with rock stars. Same thing with that. Same thing with musicians. In his own kitchen, the fact that she is filming with an iPad, yet not even an iPhone, but an iPad, is filming a situation that he is upset about. Isn't this, and I've said this before, isn't that entrapment? You are filming somebody, number one, beyond their control. They're in the middle of something, and you're just filming away. Then he catches her with it. Me, Again, I would have smashed that sucker on the floor and stepped on it. There would have been no video. But he probably didn't know what she's seen or what she was filming, and she stood there with a little smirk on her face near the end of that. Okay, TMZ got an actual clip of that. They're not saying from where, but you know damn well it had to have been her publicist team. I'm not talking about her lawyers, her team of people that she works with every day. So she thinks. Anyway, which everybody that worked for her, if you notice, kind of went against her. It's just the way it is, you know. You don't have reliable sources. That's a problem. However, the video was leaked to TMZ. It wasn't leaked. It was sold. That gets the confusing part right there. Was it sold? Was it bad? Okay, but apparently maybe that's not for the jury to know either, or any of us. We damn well know the answer. It just hasn't really come out like, yeah, TMZ, yeah, we got that from so-and-so. A past employee came and spoke in honor of Mr. Depp, was his witness. You videotaped this man. You took photos of this man without his knowledge while he was sleeping. I'm not going to say passed out. I'm not going to say nodded out. I'm going to say, well, he was sleeping. Could have been anything. You say he was on drugs. He could have just been there taking a freaking nap. You're doing this without his knowledge. Not only are you doing this without his knowledge, but you then send the pictures to your friends. Say, oh, this is the kind of, look at the kind of day I'm having. Now, come on. Come on. And that man didn't even know about that at that time. The fact that you took pictures of your table. Now, I really thought this was like the kicker. This was pretty damn good, because I'll be honest with you, it didn't click with me at first, but then Mr. Depp's team had brought it out, and you know what? Now it makes sense. It does. The table in which Miss Heard took a picture of with the drug paraphernalia, in fact, was too perfect. Everything was staged. No, that's a lie. Then she takes that picture and sends it to her friend again. Says, this is what I'm dealing with now. There was numerous things in that photo that Mr. Depp's team had spotted, and that it wasn't right. That was a huge, and I was like, I didn't even think of that, but it's very good, and this is why you have a good team behind you with that. Very, very good observation. Very good observation. And the fact that the friggin' bruises and this and that, and you thought he broke your nose, and 24 hours later, if you thought he broke your nose, you're still, with all these medical issues, with all these bruises, which it was like a makeup thing. It had to have been, but that's speculation. I'm not here to speculate either. I figured this out for myself. But anyway, I'm speculating for myself. Let's put it that way. You never once went to the doctor for anything. You have no paper trail of any medical issues at a hospital. You then said, and you claim, that there was domestic an assault situation involving a foreign object. You said it caused great pain. You said it caused blood. You were bleeding. You were this. And his team, again, came out with the thing of, you never once went to the doctor for that? That was a criminal thing then. You could have went to the doctor. What the doctor or the hospital, you should have actually went to the hospital. What the hospital would have did was call the proper authorities, file a report right there before they even bother releasing you, take pictures and everything, and you would have had documentation of your injuries. It would cause internal injuries. The way she was talking, she sounded like she was ripped to shreds. But there is no proof of this. There's nothing. The fact of which that part really upset me. That part, that was unspeakable. I mean, how low can you go, really? The fact that there was a bed situation where the bed is broke. Mr. Depp's team pointed out a very good thing also with the issue. There was a knife laying in the bed on the blanket, and she said she bled all over the place. She bled all over the pillow. This was another situation, another abuse. In that picture, there is no blood. She said she bled all over the pillows, and there was no blood. And if it wasn't in camera frame of when she took the picture, you couldn't see it anyway. Her own sister kind of screwed up anyway on her time, because she was pulling crap on her own sister too. Miss Heard seems to have a problem with her hands. Seems to have a little problem there with her hands. So that's what I'm thinking. It's my own thought. She's not only did this to him, she did it to other people as well. Her own assistant testified against her. Numerous people came out and she really does not have nothing to go on. So, and then at the end, I thought it was cute because of her little closing thing there near the end of the last time she was up on the stand. She said, I just want to be left alone. He keeps bothering me. Are you kidding me, lady? You got $7 million. Where's the rest of the $7 million? None of us still know. She had a child. Now, I'm surprised this really wasn't brought up, because I get to the nitty gritty. I would go in for the kill on this, but I'm sure I would have got an objection and a hearsay and probably got thrown out of the court. Let's go with this one. She has a child. Now, children shouldn't be mentioned. She sure as hell mentioned Mr. Depp's 2 children, left and right. Children should be out of the equation, but she just couldn't do it. She still had to mention his children. Well, her child was mentioned, but yes, she's going to be 1. Okay, first of all, you didn't have the kid. Number 2, it's surrogate. Number 3, somebody had to donate sperm from somewhere. Everybody's thinking it's Mr. Musk. We don't know. I am sure with the proper paparazzi and the proper leakage, that information will probably come out in the future. Because nothing is forever. I don't care how much. She probably paid people to shut their mouths, which there goes part of the $7 million. Also, you had the surrogate. You had to have paid the woman who had just had that child. So there went another part of the $7 million. I mean, come on, it's not rocket science. None of that was even mentioned. See, I would have went in for the kill on that. Gee, you just said you had a kid, but you didn't have the kid. You had a surrogate. And surrogate must have cost a lot of money, huh? How much does a surrogate parent go for nowadays? So how much is a price of somebody paying to have you, somebody having your kid? How much is that nowadays? See, I would have did that, and then I would have went, no further questions, Your Honor, and I would have sat down. But that's me. I'm sure it would have got thrown out, but it was nice to try it anyway. Numerous things are against this, and it is just not right. I just pray and I hope, ladies and gentlemen, I just gave you some of my personal reasons, what I figured out and what is so to me, and I can only go by what I think, and that is my personal opinion. We just hope for the best. Keep in mind, and I will say this, even though I am a woman and the Me Too movement, and she pulled this right as the Me Too movement came about. So she knew what she was doing. Timing was everything. Timing was everything. And the thing with the TMZ, when she went to file she actually filed a restraining order, or she filed for the divorce or whatever, and TMZ was right there. That was a fix. That's what we mean by her assistant. Somebody from her team contacted TMZ, because when she came out, you seen it. Each picture was staged. Each picture was, and how sickly and how she looked. Did you notice the look on her? And she's in court. She's never looked so dramatic in her life. But we will find out, and justice hopefully will prevail on this, because for the people of the Me Too movement, if she's in your circle, that's an embarrassment. That's an embarrassment. She made you all look, she makes you, you should all feel ashamed of yourselves in a way. If you have her, if you're going to support her and have her in your corner, if that's what you think. She hopped on that bandwagon and she went with it. And if it doesn't take you to see that, that's a shame. You know, I don't think she helps you. I think she hurts you. But she just thinks what she thinks. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, please keep in mind that men do get abused. Men do get abused. When a woman gets it, it's tragic. It's, you know. But when a man gets it, he can't stick up for himself. Think about that. You know, it is a two-way street. It is a two-way street. And even though I'm a woman, I'm kind of ashamed of what she did. I'm kind of ashamed. That doesn't sit too well. All right, people. I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to get going. I got to get ready. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for listening to my ranting and raving. But someone did ask me about it, so I hope you got my views on it. And I appreciate you asking me. Definitely. I tried to listen. I tried to sort of understand. I understand a lot of where people are coming from. You know, everybody has their own opinion, so you can't get slammed for anybody's opinion. So this is my sole personal opinion on that situation. You know, the pieces just do not fit in the puzzle. They just don't fit. All right, people. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of Memorial Day. Enjoy. Please be safe. Love to all. Take care. Bye-bye.